part of our awakening is becoming self-loving enough to rest in our deepest, most empty, most full self. And no matter how the world around us responds or reacts to the fact, in terms of being grounded, in terms of resting into the soil, we become movers of a different energy, a different force than the egoic energy. Our love of and loyalty to that all-inclusive reality is bound to become the front runner of everything. And it comes with a certain maturation on the human level. Because with knowing comes responsibility. And that responsibility is not only the frequency, but the wisdom of that all inclusion. Whether other people know it or not, we are basically bound to bow to that. And it's a part of how we enter into such a strong centering, a core of being, where everything we experience in life, every single situation, every single context, every single moment alone, as well as together with people or animals in nature, in city, no matter what, is called to ripple forth from that same core. And of course, as a human, that reflects into various feelings that needs to be met, held, and somehow pass through the mouth of that being. It cannot depend on something or on a specific situation or on a work context or on anything. It is every moment. It is every context. And what it does more than anything is to really call in full force of self-love. Because your ability to rest, your ability to not cut off, reject, push away everything that is going on a collective scale that depends on the strength of your self-love. And in being a practitioner, practicing that presencing through feeling, that growing into that space of compassion, you're gradually maturing as a human being, as spirit, as being, even as body. Become more able to contain. Not contain as in put a lid on it, but being able to breathe inside that inner space of compassion with what is in this time, in now, after now, after now. Do we need to meet every angle of everything which wants something else? Yes. Is it a meeting through continuous bowing and diving under? No, it's a through fulfillment aspect. And when I say fulfillment aspect, it is something like your deepest wishes, those which are a part of what has been longed for as a part of your human experience. They are bound to roll by. And in that, it's a part of your job to embrace that with self-love. But even doing that, we need to make the center bow to the non-attachment. We need to allow for the ongoing delivery of the separate someone, which arises inside of our awareness as our perception. Separate somebodiness. While sometimes it can feel like a sacrifice in the moment, and we are basically letting go of one piece of cake to be given the full expanse of connection with everything. The full cake. Except we will not have hands to grab a hold of it with. That means that the wildest of beauty can come and can go. The deepest of darkness can come and can go. From the deepest to the highest, to the widest. Self-acknowledgement can happen in that breath of your consciousness. It's a very, very rich life. A very full life. Mm-hmm. A very surprising life. It just keeps on surprising. Mm-hmm. And maybe the greatest surprise of it all is that in going through the motions and going through life, what seems to remain and become more and more the case is just this baseline of a very simple and kind, a gentle love. Very simple and gentle love. And obviously, this love needs to reveal itself through us wearing down all of our edges, all of that creates contrasts, all of that which makes start and stop in our meeting with life itself, in every aspect of it, so that our breath becomes even, uninterrupted by agreement versus disagreement, where there's just an openness of flowing with life's breath uninterruptedly. Even down in the deepest rawness of absolute vulnerability, into the most power-filled corners of being shown the real capacity of your being, into the deepest and darkest, to be quiet, breathing, being there. And everything in between, complete humanity as deepest vulnerability and divinity. Between emptiness and fullness. And to be in that delightful agreement is what keeps on unveiling and revealing the surprise of your becoming, by you becoming, through your unbecoming.